Hello. Back for another stream. Let's see, what is today's date? It is Friday, April 10th of 2020. And yeah, so the plan for today is to work on Flake8. I have basically one feature in mind, and we might, depending on how long that takes, I assume it won't take that long, but we'll find out just how deep the rabbit hole goes. Yeah, once we fix that one thing, then I don't know what I'm gonna work on. We'll figure something out. I always do. But let's see, news for today. Which let's see. So last time we worked on pre-commit stuff, we merged. Well, that's spoilers. That's in a sec. We merged an improvement to shell check. Oops. My windows are all over the place. Which actually, oh wait, you guys can't even see. What am I doing? Here we go. Which actually well, we'll talk about Windows management in a second, because like I realized something earlier about that. But yeah, so someone submitted a pull request to upgrade to 0.7.1 in shell check. This is a Python package which just wraps the, I want to say it's written in Haskell or something. I don't know. But this is just a wrapper package so that it's easy to install. And yeah, someone submitted an upgrade to 0.7.1. I cleaned it up and made it a little bit more functional, but that's what I did on that last time. And we worked on this patch to pre-commit, which makes node hooks work better, or like consume less bandwidth in some cases. Oh shoot, I forgot to tell my Discord that I'm streaming. Whoops. Oh my god. Oops, forgot to mention I am streaming Flake8 right now. Day has been a bit hectic. Whoops. Might be. But anyway, hopefully they'll get that message and then some of my Discord people will show up. That's cool. But yeah, we worked on this last time. Hey, what's up, Python developer? Hello, hello. Your name sounds familiar. You've been here before, right? But not in a long time. Unless I'm confusing who you are. But welcome back, assuming that I've seen your name before, because it looks familiar. It's been a minute. Okay, cool. I'm not wrong. But yeah, the other things that I worked on offline, or at least like I have pull requests for, or this one, I enabled CI for that. Oh no. Oh no. No. I was like, why is that 1 pixel off? And now I know why it's 1 pixel off, because this is... Oh, no, my window's in the wrong spot. Hope that's lined up right. No, it's 1 pixel off. God, I hate this. But this is actually related to something that I'm gonna talk about. Sorry about this, guys. My windows are very like specifically situated on my monitor such that it displays well on the stream. So all sorts of messed up. Hey, what's up, Ethan typing? Hello. But yeah, so I added CI to shell check Py. This is mostly so that I don't have to like scurry around to a bunch of different machines and build wheels to upload to PyPI. I can just reuse the CI to build those for me. So, but this actually, I probably spent like, I don't know, 10 hours on this because, and that's why shell check Py moved. It used to be in an in my friend Ryan's GitHub account, and now it's in an organization. And this was so that we could enable webhooks attached to a service account user that didn't have access to all of our repositories. And the only way to make a service account an admin on a repo is if that repo lives in an organization. And so we had to do all sorts of crazy shit to get it working. Also, for whatever reason, Azure Pipelines was not happy with our setup, and so we had to like remove it and add it like 3 or 4 times until it finally figured out that, oh yeah, we're gonna try and use you for CI. But we got that working after all. Hey, what's up, RKJ? Hello. Python developer says, what made you pick Azure? So The difference between Azure pipelines and GitHub Actions right now is literally just the front end and the number of parallel workers. Now, GitHub Actions wasn't a choice when I was making this decision, but I would still, given what I have, I would still pick Azure pipelines over it until GitHub Actions has the same feature set. But the main differentiator for me is, well, one, Azure Pipelines supports all 3 of the major platforms that I care about, so Linux, Windows, and I don't really care about macOS, but I have to support it sometimes. So macOS, it has 10 parallel builders for the free tier, whereas Travis CI has 5 or 3 if you're in the if your account is brand new, because they have recently lowered it for new accounts, which is super awesome. Yeah, so 3 operating systems, 10 parallel builders, and the last thing is this here, which is template repositories. Basically, I can define how I want my CI to work once. So that one's less complicated. This one's pretty complicated. I can define this, 103 line thing that is very clever and knows stuff about how to set up jobs, and then I can include that in specific repositories. So you can see here, you just set up this inclusion here, which is I want to use this template repository, and then you can include templates and just say I want to use Py37 on Windows, and this template knows how to fill all that out for you, which is super awesome. Ethan Typing says, I feel the wheel woes. I just had to deal with spinning wheels last night that links to one of 3 different blast implementations across 3.6 through 3.8 on macOS and Linux. Ethan Timing says, aren't actions basically a template though? There's 2 ways that actions can work right now, and neither of them are anywhere near as powerful as this templating. One is you supply a Docker container and a configuration that runs a command in that Docker container. And the other is you specify a link to a GitHub repository which contains a bunch of JavaScript code. And neither of those can do caching or access any of the other GitHub actions or do anything super interesting there. So these jobs have caching built in, and I didn't have to write any code in this repository for caching. It's all kind of set up magically for me. But yeah, there's subtle differences in how the reusable components are deployed in the 2 providers, and the ones in Azure Pipelines are way better. But that's why I use it, even though it's half as many parallel builders as GitHub Actions. But it's pretty great. Also, the other cool thing about this is my templates are all versioned, and so when I want to get new features, I can just upgrade this tag, and if I want to make breaking changes, which I recently made a breaking change, so the latest version is 2.0.0, but I haven't updated this repository yet because I didn't need to. Now, granted, this particular repo isn't affected by the breaking change, but if there was one, it would, in theory, use the pin version and continue to work even across the breaking change. I think it's pretty cool. Hey, what's up, Pythonic Pie? Thank you for the subscription, and welcome back. But yeah, thank you for subscribing. Greatly appreciate it. Let's see, what rabbit hole were we down? Oh yeah, Azure Pipelines. But yeah, I set that up for this repository. It's actually part of the reason that I needed v2 here. Actually, maybe it didn't do that here. What did I need v2 for? Oh, I remember what I needed v2 for. This package. I needed 64-bit and 32-bit Windows wheels, which oh man. Yeah, this is the breaking change. It used to be architecture and a string, and now it's architectures and a list of strings. So yeah, had to adjust that, but I only had 2 of my repositories using this feature, so it was easy for me to update all of them. Also, it was easy for me to find them because I just went all oops. Come on, all repos grep. Architecture in Azure Pipelines.yaml. And yeah, so this was the only repository where it mattered, and haven't updated this one yet, but now you'll see like this is what it was before, but now it's this, which is essentially the same thing, but pretty much fixed. Python developer says, what resources did you use to learn Azure pipelines? Kind of a couple of resources. The docs are actually pretty decent. They're of course like not perfect, but I spent a lot of time staring at this page, which is the schema reference for all the various types and things that you can do here. So I spent a lot of time reading this. I also looked at some other projects that used Azure pipelines and kind of, you know, stole the ideas that I liked from there. So where is theirs? Oh, they switched to GitHub, or pytest switched to GitHub Action. So, but at the time they were using Azure pipelines. And Tox has also moved to a template repository, so you won't see as much interesting stuff here, but it's essentially the same idea. Yeah, they actually, I don't want to take credit, but like some of the template repository stuff here was like, you know, inspired based on some of the work that I did. But yeah, so that's mostly like copy and pasting other people's stuff and reading this doc here. Ethan Timing says wheels on not Linux are the worst. Oh, okay. Yeah. God, Windows wheels, you have to like play fun games with static linking, and at least macOS has delocate where you can like do the sort of menu Linux shenanigans that menu Linux does. But yeah, so added CI for this, peeling back the stack layers of distraction. But that's what the stream's about, being distracted and talking to you guys. This one is a cool pull request. It might not look like much, but I changed this word to this word, and the reason this is a cool pull request is I made a video about it. And you guys can check that out. It's basically like how to make a simple pull request on GitHub, and I kind of walk you through like all of the steps as to how I you know, make a simple pull request, and you can kind of follow the same guideline to do that. And actually, someone in my Discord followed this video and made their first pull request, so I think that's really cool. But yeah, threw that together because I get asked this a bunch. But this is kind of a YouTube series. This let's see, how do I? We can open it up, and then but yeah, this playlist is kind of like questions that I commonly get answered in chat, and then I just like go through and explain those questions, and I've started putting them in YouTube videos. But basically, I just do like a one take recording of me answering these questions, which is pretty cool. Don't static link on Windows, just be sad. Right? Hey, what's up, Al Swigert? Hello, welcome to the stream. You're a streamer, right? Your name looks familiar. This is your first message in chat, so welcome. It's good to have you. Pythonic Pie says, that's really cool. I think it's awesome that you share your knowledge with others. Yeah, I actually like, I was talking with my friends last night? Yeah, I think it was last night. Ooh, Pythonic Pie with the gift sub. Thank you for gifting a sub to Alice Swig. So, welcome. But yeah, I was talking to a friend last night, and she was like, have you ever considered doing teaching? And I was like, you know, I've always wanted to do teaching, and like the last time I did teaching was when I was in school, and I taught several sections and lectures of Intro to Programming. I really enjoyed it. The problem is it doesn't really pay as well as doing software engineering for giant companies, and you know, grinding like turning that cog and being a gear in the machine. But like, I would really like to do teaching at some point, and maybe like when I'm done with industry and like, you know, retired, so to speak, like maybe I'll do teaching full time, which would be pretty cool. But for now, I get my teaching fix in by streaming stuff on Twitch and like uploading these kind of stuff to YouTube. Yeah, most of the stuff so far has been Python related, although some of it's, you know, not. But Basically, any question that you guys ask in chat that I'm like, huh, I could probably spend 5 minutes talking about this. I'll probably throw together a video. But that's what that's about. It's kind of started this during the old quarantine because I've had a bunch of extra time to do stuff. Also, it says, yeah, I stream sometimes, more in recent times. Either time he says, he also wrote Automate the Boring Stuff and many more books. Oh, okay. Welcome. We got a celebrity in chat. Hey, what's up, GM Knight? Hello, hello. Also, hey Al, thanks for writing those. My girlfriend is using her books to learn Python. Awesome. Sounds great. Cool. But yeah, that's what this this pull request was. I've actually been looking for a pull request that was small enough to like put into a video, and so that's what this was for me to do that. Because, you know, one character pull request, super. I don't have to spend time in the video like coding out the pull request, so that was cool. And then this last pull request is perhaps the one that people probably want me to talk about, which is kind of the unfortunate and like hectic shenanigans that's been going on today. But the long and the short of it is I have decided to leave the pytest project as a core dev. In a way, this has kind of been long overdue. I'm not going to talk about the particular individual that's kind of caused this, but I'll tell you about like my how I feel about this and moving forward, like how I would hope the project continues to be functional and like maybe some stuff that we can learn from this. Hey, what's up, Rage of Achilles? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. But the long and the short of it is over the last, 3 to 6 to 8 months or so, it's been harder and harder for me to continue to contribute to pytest. Mostly, or like almost entirely from dealing with a single individual who is also a member of the project. And some of this has been like, directed harassment or also just like generally being rude to myself and other contributors, as well as like, swearing at people in pull requests and like, telling people that they're dumb in like issues and like shit that you should really never like see in an open source project. And just like, and also like picking on people in pull requests and being like unnecessarily nitpicky about stuff and like, not really fostering a positive environment. And I actually want to open up a pull request. I'm not going to pick up of the particular person. This is a different thing. Conduct is closed, and I'll kind of like summarize what I would want to see out of a project. And we do actually have a code of conduct on pytest, so like some of this stuff is partially in place. I'm just gonna read what I said here, and like I think this really resonates well with like my mentality about how a large open source organization kind of needs to run, and like some of the stuff that I found important. So I opened this issue last August, and it was mostly around like we're a large enough organization. I've been hearing a lot of stuff about like setting up code of conducts, and like I figured pytest should be. Let me just read this. I figure we're a large enough organization that runs a decent amount of public relations through GitHub issues and PRs that it would make sense that we set up some clear guidelines on contributions and conduct. I've never worked with a code of conduct before, but I think it would be good to formalize a set of guidelines that ensure that we as individual contributors are producing high quality external and internal interactions. As I don't know the first thing about the right thing to do for a code of conduct, I'm opening this as more of an RFC, like request for comment, I think that stands for. I don't even know. I'm using an acronym and I don't even fucking know it. / open-ended discussion where we can choose the right approach here. My main goals are that we end at a place where we can all have positive interactions with individuals and foster a positive community, much like we're hopefully already doing. And then I listed some examples here. And it turns out like there had already been like a discussion that had happened the previous year about like stuff to happen or just stuff to set up one of these. And we set up a basic code of conduct in this pull request, and like all that stuff is great and like exactly what I wanted to see happen. And it's a very like you know, boilerplate basic one, like, you know, don't discriminate people, don't be rude, don't use unwelcoming language, etc., etc. And then, like, as maintainers, we'll be responsible for upholding this behavior. And it also set up a code of conduct committee to enforce this behavior. And I think that's all great. And as these issues came up with this particular developer that I've been having like issues with, I made sure, like, as soon as like I was like, hey, this doesn't look right, like this seems pretty shitty. Like, as soon as that started happening, I started reaching out to the code of conduct committee and was like, hey, we need to do something about this. Like, this isn't like, I don't feel safe, and like I don't feel happy working on this project when I have to deal with shit like this. And like, didn't really hear much of anything back from that. I mean, like, I was told that they reached out, and like, you know, the first instance is like something where like, you know, okay, maybe this is a one-time thing, let's like reach out to the individual and like have the like you know, belief of best intentions and all that other sort of stuff, and like maybe this was just they're having a bad day or whatever, and like let them know that their actions are being seen, and like that stuff is you know, is out there. And the first issue, like, you know, the content was edited out of the pull request that happened, and like everything was, you know, like fixed from that. And so like that first interaction, like I felt went really well with the code of conduct organization. But since then, the behavior hasn't changed. It's arguably gotten worse, and like, you know, seeing another core developer lash out at, you know, you know, drive-by contributors or people that like, you know, make a small issue on the project, or like are just fucking trying to get help. Like, it just like sucks. And at this point, I was like, I reached out to the other core developers and was like, hey, like, are you guys feeling similar about this as I am? Let me see. I think that was in November. Let's see, when did I send that email? I sent this in, okay, this was the end of January, when I was like, hey, this is getting to a point where like I don't like, it hurts me to continue working on this project because I don't find it fun anymore. Like, I love working on open source, and like dealing with this individual was just like, you know, like completely draining, and like something that I really didn't want to, you know, continue doing, because like it was not fun. Why the fuck am I doing it, right? But yeah, so like we've kind of been back and forth about like, you know, I'm gonna like step back from the project and like try and get back like several times and like see whether like this is still something that I want to work on. Like Ronnie, one of the other core developers, like took a long break, but that was for other reasons, and like he was just starting to come back to the project and was like, oh yeah, well, like this is kind of bad, like we need to like fix this, and like and Bruno was seeing these same sort of things as well. And this has been like ongoing, and like we started that discussion back in January, and we're like, okay, well, we're gonna reach out to the code of conduct committee and like try and make something, you know, actionable, and like, you know, hopefully get some results from like all three of us experiencing this negative interaction with this individual. And the long and the short of it is the code of conduct committee didn't really do anything, and like didn't result in any changes there. And so the three of us were like, you know, I don't enjoy doing this, so we're just gonna leave the project. And so that's largely what happened this morning. So you can see it's Ronnie's. Anyway, Bruno was the first to post something, and he was essentially like, yeah, over the past months or so, one individual has drained my will to work on the project because of his interactions, so I decided it's best that I leave the project and focus on other things. And this is like exactly the same thing that I said, and precisely what Ronnie said. And so for the time being, none of the three of us are going to be working on pytest. And I like, honestly, it's a huge load off my back because, like, you know, stressing over this situation has been really problematic for me personally, because, like, you know, it sucks to like deal with people that aren't being nice to you, and like especially when you're trying to work on something that you really love working on. Like I absolutely love working on pytest. It's a lot of fun. It's a really complex project. It's super impactful to the Python ecosystem, and like, you know, being able to develop stuff for it, improve it, and like have that broad impact is something that I really enjoy doing. And so I'm pretty sad to like leave the project, and but like on the other hand, I'm really happy that I'm not dealing with this individual anymore. So that's kind of the long and the short of it. And also the crazy thing is, like, 3 of, at the time, 4 core devs were like, yeah, we need to like do something about this, and yet we couldn't do anything about it. Like, that part to me seems like probably the most broken part of this situation. And so, like, I don't know. I think like the most important takeaway that I would try and get from this is, like, if you're gonna have a code of conduct and you're gonna have a committee like trying to enforce this, like, bring stuff up as soon as possible and like take action on it as soon as possible, such that it doesn't lead to like maintainer burnout like this has happened. Not saying I'm burned out, it's just like I don't fucking want to work on this if I'm not having fun, you know? So that's that. And now that I've gone on this, like, you know, what, 20-minute description of this stuff, I can go catch up on chat now. But yeah, hopefully you guys understand that, and like this will be in this video and it'll be on my YouTube, and so like I'm probably, I just spilled a bunch of water like an idiot. I'm hopefully not going to rehash this a couple of times, but like yeah, that's that. So for at least for the foreseeable future, I'm not going to be working on as a pytest core developer. But yeah, let me catch up on chat. This is hard for me too. Not gonna lie. Like, no part of this is fun. So let me catch up on chat now and see what we've got here. Jim Knight says, what a coincidence, I was watching one of your YouTube videos, open Twitch to check your Twitch, and here you are live. Awesome, well, I'm glad you could stop by. Oh, and thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. That's really awesome. Glad you found the stream. Python says, yeah, I saw your tweet, but good for you for taking a stand on how folks ought to conduct themselves. Yeah. I don't even feel like I'm taking a stand. I'm honestly just saying, like, I'm mostly doing this for my own personal benefit, because, like, I don't want to deal with people like this. Python developer says, what sort of expertise does it take to be a core dev team for a product like pytest? Asking for a friend that's recently been laid off, and people like that stuff. So honestly, I can kind of guide you through like how I got started with pytest, and like how you could presumably take a similar approach to developing or like becoming part of a larger project like this. And like most of it, she could zoom in on this graph, but most of it started with like a few small issues and pull requests early on in my interaction with pytest, and I was a user of pytest from like 2016 onwards. Now granted, I wasn't here from the beginning, and like certainly didn't have as much impact as like Bruno or Ronnie did, but like I've been here for, I've used pytest for quite a long time. Hey, what's up, Michaela? Thank you for the host. I see you. But then around like early 2019, I got a little bit more involved in the project. Like I was working on some larger features that I needed for my own tests. And so like I was, you know, I started out with like small bug fixes and like small issues and like stuff like that. But ramping up to larger issues, I needed to interact with larger parts of the code base. And so a lot of it was like, you know, spelunk around the code base, figure out how things are working, and like improve where I can, and kind of, you know, bump against the various parts. And so like early 2019, that was kind of me like building larger features. And I think I built like 2 or 3 decently sized features, and like had fixed, you know, probably 10 or 20 bugs at that point. and was keeping up with the project like as part of my day-to-day. Like in a way, I was almost like maintaining the project, but not really being part of it. And many of the other maintainers recognized this and were like, "Hey, it would be really awesome if you like, you know, if you became part of the core developers and like spent some more time on this." And or like first it was like have the commit bit, and then like, you know, once I had the commit bit and like spent a bunch of time working on stuff, they're like, "Okay, you're contributing enough that I think it's fine to like consider you a core developer," and then like adjust it from there. And yeah, and then like it became part of my like day-to-day. Like I would check the new pytest issues, I would answer questions on there, I would frequently like find bugs and then try and fix them, or like weigh in on feature design and other stuff like that. And like, I don't know, it started out super easy and of course got more complicated over time, but like that's kind of how I fell into that fell into that role. Hopefully that answers your question. But yeah, thanks. Catherine says, "You did the right thing by proposing a code of conduct. I feel sad that you tried to make it more welcoming community but had to leave." Yeah. One says, "Oh no, then where's the fork?" Pip installed pytest but nicer. That's funny. Now Alex says, "Oh, this is the topic." Yeah, we're gonna cover it once and then we're gonna go from there. Lionel Fox says, "We need names." Well, I mean, I'm not gonna name names, but given what I've said so far, it should be pretty easy to figure out who I'm talking about. Fork and Testiny. That'd be good. But yeah, the plan for today is to work on some Flake8 and Pyflakes stuff, which actually, Pyflakes got a release on... Oh man, I spilled more fucking water. God damn. Also, my temper's a little thin today, so sorry for the cursing. It's been a rough day for me, so... Oh no. And it's spilled on the wood part of my desk too, so now the wood is colored. Hopefully that's fine. And hopefully it doesn't cost you. Oh well. What did I open this tab for? Oh, Pyflakes. Pyflakes made a release last night, or this morning, I don't know, whatever time zone they're in. But yeah, 2.2.0 is now released, which means that I need to update Flake8 so that it can support the latest version of Pyflakes, which is our plan for today. Pythonic Pie says, "I feel awful even when I have to request changes on a PR. It really hurts when people are assets to others or even just NP." Yeah. Catherine says, "Contributing to open source shouldn't be made to be torture." Yeah. Catherine says, "Is this individual really worth it versus losing the other three?" I would argue no, but I don't know, it wasn't really my decision, and like I'm hoping that it changes, but who knows. Yeah, it does suck, Mindful Fox. Meta Health says he's a real snake. Catherine says, "Maybe the committee will really do something now." Maybe. I mean, we certainly didn't mean to take it nuclear, but it's where we're at now, I guess. Hey, Pythonic Pies gifted a sub to Catherine and Michaela. Damn, the gift subs today. Thank you very much, Pythonic Pie. Welcome to Subbage. Cyberdonic says, "Wait, I just got here. What happened?" Oh, I left pytest and a bunch of stuff happened. You can mostly read about it on Twitter or when this video goes up on YouTube, but I'm not gonna rehash it. Basically, I've stepped down from pytest along with 2 other core devs. Also, Haggart says, "You have the support of a ton of people, Anthony. Thanks. It's good to hear that." Cyberdonic says, "JK bro, yeah, don't do something you don't love." True. Hilo says, "Are we winning?" Alright, now just got a meme for me. When work is just too tiring. That's good. Hey, what's up, Aaron Raff? Hello. Julian, hello. You're great, hope all is well, etc. Yeah. Today's been rough, but I'm hopefully doing well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the future and hope it goes well. Forsen says, hope your day gets better. Sorry, man. Yeah, it happens. Ethan Typing says, congrats on the release and sorry for the toxicity. That shit sucks. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, this release is actually pretty cool. People have been asking for this for a long time, so it's finally out there. Let me show you some of the cool stuff that landed in this release. A lot of improvements to typing happened here. So, you know, like better detection for overloads, better return type annotation stuff. What else? More overload stuff. Overload's kind of tricky. The new extended type ignore comments. Async functions for ignore. Yeah, a bunch of stuff happened there. Oh, literal also needs special handling. Some of the other stuff that I found interesting, or like some of the stuff that I contributed, this is stuff that I worked on. There's now linting and pyflakes for f strings and format literals and various string formatting stuff. So these are, I think this is what's breaking Flake8, so hopefully we'll be able to fix that today. The other thing that other people are excited about is finally having support for Python 3.8 in 3 different ways. Positional only, continue and finally, and assignment expressions. Finally use your damn fucking walrus. Whatever. Which I don't care about walrus operating myself. I think it's kind of dumb, but people like it and they're entitled to like it, so it exists now. It's a thing. The other thing that I think is really big, but it'll be really underappreciated about this this release is I've changed how Pyflakes does its AST parsing, such that when new features are added to the syntax, such as, you know, assignment expressions and positional only arguments, pytest Pyflakes won't have to have special handling for those, or won't need to have special handling. It won't crash in those cases, because currently it crashes whenever there's a new AST thing. But now I've made Pyflakes, like, you know, in a fallback case when there's new syntax that it doesn't understand, it'll just, you know, hopefully do the best attempt that it can to do that. So that's what I'm super excited about. It means that people will be a little bit, I mean, this is another project it's difficult to maintain because people are, you know, it releases like once a year because we don't really have that much you know, manpower behind this project, and that makes people pretty grumpy. So yeah, that's that. Ethan says, I'm concerned you may have a drinking problem. Just drinking water today. I'm actually almost out of beer, so like, yeah, maybe I do have a drinking problem. But yeah, I'm gonna try and have a sober day. We'll see how that goes. But GM Knight says, why is Flake8 hosted on GitLab and not GitHub? So this actually predates my maintenance of the project. One of the previous maintainers decided that they wanted to use GitLab over GitHub, so I don't know the answer. But it works well enough, and more work to change it than it is to just leave it, so we're gonna keep it on GitLab for now. I don't really like GitLab, but you know, it gets the job done. That's what really matters, I guess. Ethan says, F-strings is basically a language within a language. Yeah, that's true. Michaela says, walrus. I keep meaning to look up how to use that. Very sparingly is my answer. Ethan Typing says, I've only peeked at the parser implementation, but damn. So the crazy thing about the F-strings parser is I have ported the F-strings parser to pure Python to implement this crazy ass thing, which like started as a joke and then like kind of grew into a, you know, a whole thing. Why is the image not loading? Oh, there we go. But anyway, this backports f-strings to old versions of Python because everyone needs f-strings in Python 2.7. It does it through hacks. If you want to see how it works, I actually made a YouTube video about this a long time ago. Let's see if we can find that. I can link that in the chat. really long time ago. Here we go. But yeah, this explains how it yeah, it's messy, but I had to implement the whole f-strings parser, and so that's what this code here does. The first 200 lines of this are a pure Python implementation of the f-strings parser. Mine cheats a little bit, but it's roughly equivalent. Also, mine produces better syntax error messages than the standard lib one, because I have full access to where the tokens live, whereas the standard library doesn't necessarily have that, so, but whatever. Weird flex, but okay. One Carlos Paco says, but if you have periodic releases, people do wait for it. Yeah, it's true. Arcane Chase says, I picked an awful time to go sober. True. Pythonic Pie says, honestly, I'm a big fan of GitLab. I'm actually currently contributing to GitLab's Elasticsearch functionality. Oh, cool. Redreaming problem, I was basically joking about this. Oh, did I miss the reference? Was I a null pointer exception? Oh, it's me spilling water. Okay, got it. That's funny. That you read me works on my machine. What's this? Oh, that's funny. This guy's name is Japanese for meat. Miku? I don't know why that's one of the few words I know in Japanese, but actually I do know why. We're not gonna go into that. But cool. That's the roundup. That's the intro for this thing. So let's actually. Oh, this reminds me. Perfect. Cool. So the way I do development, spoilers, is in a virtual machine. Some of you know that. Not all of you know that, but that's fine. But I need to properly size and arrange my windows such that it shows up properly in OBS here. And it turns out that sometimes I go to grab this Chrome window, which this is on Windows, and this is, you know, the VM. Sometimes when I go to grab this window, I'm a little bit careless or inebriated and resize this window, and then I have to go like figure out pixel perfect stuff for that. There is a little thing. Can you guys see this? Yeah, there's a thing to resize the window in this menu here. But I've learned that this button here does not change the default size when you open up the thing. The default size of VirtualBox will be whatever the last time you manually moved the slider. And so unfortunately what this means is the last video that I recorded for YouTube, there's a little blue bar on the far right hand side, which is my Windows desktop. And before the stream I was trying to fix the size of the window, and you can see I went 1 pixel too much here, and then this one 1 pixel too few, and then I got it right. But like a little bit frustrating. I wonder if there's a setting to be like, don't ever allow me to change the size of this. That would be cool. Seems like no. Maybe there is. I don't know. But it's kind of a mess there. GM Knight says, I'm asking because I find it not easy to find the documentation. For example, this one, I did not find it out until you pointed it out to me. Oh, this one? Yeah, our docs, so here's what happened with the docs and why they're pretty hard to find right now. This is where they live on flake8.pycqa.org, which now has SSL. And the problem is, and the reason like a lot of the docs were not super accessible before was because the SSL cert was broken on this subdomain. And it was broken for almost a year, and this caused Google to unindex all of the pages. And so anytime you searched for Flake8, you would never end up here, because Google had decided like, oh, your certs are broken, you must be some scummy website. But we fixed our certs, and so hopefully Google will get a little bit better about indexing the proper stuff here. But if you have improvements to the documentation, we always love having documentation improvements because, like, you know, I have a different view of Flake8 than a random user might because, like, I intimately work with Flake8 all the time, so I understand like both its internals and some of its shortcomings and some of its design goals and like how it works and like all that other stuff. And you as a a rando, no offense for being a rando, but like you as a rando probably don't know as much about how the project works, and so you'll see the project in a different light than I might, and so like your insight to like documenting Flake8 would probably be more valuable than mine would be. So if you have suggestions for improvements, please like send them along. Would love to integrate those. Setzawa says, have you tried Pop-Os? Or Pop-OS? I have not. I assume it's Pop-OS. Pop-Os. I have opened this page before though, because this looks familiar. But no, I have not. I'm not really planning to change my operating system. Their website's pretty cool though. I like their design. Juan Carlos Baca says, Anthony WM. Yeah, I am my own window manager. You were talking about their window manager last stream. Oh, nice. You could probably write some code that sets the window location and position programmatically. Yo, that would be dope. I should probably figure out how to do that, because you know, if I could run some. Honestly, that's the most tedious part of streaming right now. Is like, I open up Streamlabs, and then I open up my stream, then I click this button, then I fill out this, because sometimes it's wrong or sometimes I need to change it. Then I have to reset these tags because Twitch, for whatever reason, is like, I'm just gonna delete your tags, whatever. And then I open up chat. So let's just chat over here. Then I have to plug in my my headphones, which I have on. Only after I plug in my headphones can I open OBS. Then I open my virtual machine, get that going. Then I start my chatbot, get that going. Then I manually arrange these windows because and I arranged them incorrectly because my thing was sized wrong. Then I open up Chrome, and I got a pull request. Like, all this stuff I could probably just like, well, I could probably script a good chunk of it. But yeah, it's a little bit tedious for me to do all of that all the time, always. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna look into trying to automate more of those steps. Or you could try Pop's window manager. Yeah, it's true. My window manager kind of works fine, I guess. It does its job. Hey, what's up, Just-in-Time Graphics? Hello, welcome to the stream. Hopefully your day is going well. Oh yeah, I was making a thumbnail before this as well, so that's why this is open. This thumbnail looks so professional. Not. Kind of works, I guess. What are we working on? Oh, Aaron also says, just watched that YouTube video. Never knew you could rewrite tokens like that. Yeah, it's pretty fun. So we have this command bang project. I haven't actually started working on it yet because I've been addressing the news to start this stream. But yeah, the plan is to work on Flake8. Git pull prune. Hey, what's up, Setzawa? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. The AI guys in chat should design a chatbot for you that reminds you what to do and what order when you start the stream. Yeah, because sometimes I forget. That's the other thing. Also, hello, C-Complex. Welcome. Knowledge says, and you know you have that terrible security hole. Yes, I do know about my terrible security hole. Take a look at PyVault. Oh. That sounds cool. I don't use macOS, so I don't need to worry about that. libsql cipher-dev. Do they have wheels? PyVault. Am confused. Why do they have pure Python wheels? Is this C types? It's probably C types. Source. Oh, this is gonna suck to find, isn't it? Well, we can just do this because I assume it's C types. No, it's not. I wonder how it works. Anyway. Oh, it's probably just that encryption library that needs that. That makes sense. Hey, what's up, Just-in-Time GFX? Thank you, or Just-in-Time Graphics. Thank you for the follow. welcome to the stream. But yeah, it could be something that I check out there. Let me just bookmark this on my other computer so that I remember to look at this. Should not bookmark the simple page. That would be silly. Hey, what's up? I know. How do I read Leet? Melissa? Oh, Melius? Melius, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. And Gungamp, thank you as well for the follow. Sorry, I'm just bookmarking something off screen. Bookmark this page. Done. Cool. I'll look at that later. Yeah, cool. Let's see. Juan Carlos Paco says, seen the video of the GitHub PR. Yeah, it's pretty good. Or at least I think it's pretty good. I did kind of screw up in the middle, so you can see like when I make those YouTube videos, it's literally just one cut. I don't have any planning for it. I don't not really, you know, spend any time, you know, thinking what I do. It's mostly like exactly how I would do a live video and like, or one of these live sessions where I just answer a question from chat. And so you'll see like I screwed up my my little demo in the middle and then like had to backtrack a little bit, but it's pretty fun. Just in Time Graphics says, how long have you been coding? I have been programming for about 18 years, which is a really fucking long time. I've been doing Python for about 8. I've been paid to write code since 2009, so 11-ish years professionally, but yeah, a long time. Hashtag old, right? Python Pie says, how do you feel about using a source directory in Python repos? I understand the problems it's solving. I don't use the source layout myself, but I encourage people that, you know, don't understand the problems that it's solving to do it, because it's, I mean, it is solving a problem. I just like can't be arsed, basically. Is my opinion on it, but like, no, it is a good thing. Like it solves Python path during testing and making sure that you're testing your installed package. But you know, to a point, like all of my packages follow a particular template, and that particular template I know works when you install it. And so like, I haven't bothered to you know, continuously verify that in all my projects. And I don't know. I think it's kind of fine to not use it, but I understand the like push for it and why people like are in favor of it, and like I think it's a good thing. I just don't do it. So, but yeah, C complex is ccomplex.lower. It's true. It's true. You have changed your name because somebody told you that caps are for losers. Knowledge says, was I just useful? Yes. Okay, we're doing it live. Yeah, that's basically me making those videos. Okay. What is here? encode.py. Oh yeah, this was me testing something that I fixed already on another video. This is the same one. Delete that.
Anthem63 Python.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Metabytes, who has just resubbed for 3 months in a row and 4 total. Thank you for the resub. It's a good Python. Oh man, I love that emote so much. What are these T files that I had from last time? So I didn't clean up this directory from last time. This is a tokenization, which we won't need. This is probably also playing with tokenization. Oh yeah, this was me debugging those other things, so we can get rid of those. Cool. This is actually one of the projects that uses source layout, so this one is, you know, slightly different than my projects, but I also didn't set this up, so like, and this is also part of the reason that it's kind of weird. It's like you need this extra boilerplate there and there to make it work, which is more than 0. But anyway, the thing that we're going to be doing today is we're going to be adjusting the version of Pyflakes to the next minor version, which was released yesterday, and fixing whatever's broken. So I'm just going to start by running Python 2.7 and Python 3.8, and see what I know. There's at least one test failure because I looked at this earlier, like right when I woke up, and I was like, ugh, all right, I guess I need to fix this because somebody was already grumping in the issue tracker, like, why is this incompatible? Blah blah blah. But yeah. It's my favorite emote on Twitch, to be honest, but most of the channels I watch / chat in don't understand it. Yeah. Wait, what the fuck? Why did this pass? This is definitely failing this morning. Oh, because I changed setup.cfg and... Oh, we're not even on the right branch. What is going on? Why is this not tab completing? What? Where's the master branch? Git checkout master. Alright, we'll do it the full way. Origin master -b master. Cool, that works now. And the reason those tests passed is I changed a file and Tox doesn't know to rebuild them. So if we look at this virtualenv that exists here, it'll still have the old version of Pyflakes. So we need to delete all those. And, oh, there was a lot of files in there. And then reapply this change. Pyflakes 2.2 to 2.3. We'll just do Python 3.8. Mr. Metabyte says, also I'm sure some people have mentioned it multiple times, but I did want to say condolences to pytest losing some quality contributors today. Yeah, we talked about that earlier in the stream, so if you want to check out my thoughts on that, it'll be up on YouTube when I upload this, hopefully by tomorrow. And Zach says, using the master branch instead of main, are you even trying? Well, I mean, we're using Git though. Just in time graphics says, hey, so anywhere we can chat, I have something I need coded in return. I can do sub badges for you. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, you can. So there's a Discord set up for our stream as well as some other stuff, and we talk about, you know, programming and stuff and memes and other shenanigans. So like, that might be somewhere where you can check out stuff like that. Mr. Metabyte says, I'll definitely check that out. It's been a minute since I popped in here. How's Babby? Yo, Babby's awesome. Let's see, what is this test? Test unit test Pyflakes codes. It works. Is this the latest version? I think 07 is the latest version. Yeah. I'm not even using the latest version of my text editor, but yeah. The highlighting pretty much all works now. The latest thing that we were working on in Babby that I still haven't finished yet is getting wide characters rendering properly. So like there's some bugs with the edges here that are just like wrong. Yeah, like this is not working at all. Wait, what the hell? Oh, that's on that branch. This is like the work in progress of it kind of working a little bit better. You can see like there's the continuation, but this line is messed up because it, you know, there's a tab character here and it didn't know what to do, but yeah. There's some problems with it, so I will have to like fix it, but there's a bunch of math that I need to figure out, and I probably need to whiteboard this problem because it's kind of tricky. So that's why I haven't worked on it, and also I haven't streamed that either. But yeah, Babby's pretty great. Mr. Metabyte says, this is like when I found out that Guido/Dropbox was using a forked version of Python 2.7. Yeah, Instagram also runs a forked version of Python, which is fun. And so does Google. Google's is way more forked than any of the other ones, though. Okay, cool. So this is the test that's failing. And the reason that it's failing is there's a lot more pytest, or Pyflakes. I keep saying pytest, damn it. Pytest on the brain, you know? There's way more Pyflakes error codes that were added in the latest version. Some of them I added, so it's partially my fault that this is erroring. But it's actually a good thing that this test exists because it makes sure that, you know, Flake8 ends up with codes. I think most large companies fork languages makes maintenance easier. Yeah, I could see it. Although whenever you have to update that, it's kind of a mess. Mr. Metabyte says, I knew about Google. A good friend of mine works on their search tools, test bed team, and tells me some of the dumpster fire that goes on there. Yikes. Yeah, Google is an interesting place to work. Okay, so if I remember right, this lives in this file. And that was slow to load. No, it's probably just first time I had loaded a grammar or something like that. But yeah, so the way Flake8 makes codes for Pyflakes, because Pyflakes doesn't actually define any error codes. It just has like these classes and prints out errors for them. So like tilde off vmben pyflakes t.py. Yeah, so you'll see like there's no error code here. But Flake8 takes the Pyflakes error codes and then, or Pyflakes error messages, and this is the only project that uses Flake8 colors, and I don't like it, but why isn't that color? There we go. And Flake8 adds, show you the Pyflakes output because we lost it off screen. So this is the Pyflakes output. And then Flake8 adds this this code here. So that's the that's what this mapping is for, is to assign all those codes. So we need to go through all of the new codes and give them Flake8 codes. 12 lines hidden. Oh no. dev-m-e py38. Just going to set up a virtual environment using Tox. This is a feature that I actually added to Tox, which allows you to make a development environment real quickly and easily. But we're going to use that to test, what is it, unit? Where is this? What was the test available? This one. We'll run it with -vvv so we can see all of the differences here. It looks like we only added stuff, so that's good. Oh, it's all it's only the code that I added, so the % format. I guess this one is one that I didn't add, so that'll be a good one to do. Ethan Typing says, wow, that's super useful. Yeah, yo. I was so happy about this stupid feature that I added, this dev-m feature. This like completely changed how I use Tox and like how I do development. Because before I would like manually set up a virtualenv and then activate the virtualenv and then run pip install and then like, oh, I forgot to install the actual package. I'm like, this just automatically sets up an editable install with all of your dependencies and just, you know, works pretty great. But yeah, we need to add new codes for these. Unfortunately, it looks like we're out of codes here. So this one's easy. We can do this one. We're out of like the first digit being like major code numbers. So we're gonna need to pick a new code number here. This one at least is easy to add. This will be F633. Does it do anything more than you get from running Tox Py38 bin whatever? The only difference is it does an editable install. Pip free is -l. So whenever I make code changes, it'll automatically reflect it. But you could do that with tox.ini by setting use develop equals true. Like if you had this, then it's no different than using the Tox environments. Ah, fuck. You're right, there is a 633 right there. Dang it! Because it's more closely related to these error codes. I guess it'll be 634. The problem is like these were supposed to be like loosely related to each other. Or if I added this, if that's my fault. Okay, log dash capital G. Oh man, I should do a, god damn it, it's my fault. Oh well. Damn it, past me! Yeah, I probably should have not given this one this same code, but whatever. Whatever. But yeah, okay, so 634 is what this one will be. Lost this output up here. Okay, so the percent format and string dot format ones should all go together. We need to pick a sub namespace. Oh, we don't have F5. Why did we go straight from 400 to 600? Maybe there used to be a code and it's gone now? What? I guess F5 just got skipped for no reason, which is great because it means that I get to add F5. So that's weird, but happens. Hey, what's up, guy? Why? Did I typo this? No, this looks right. This looks right. If tuple backtick? No. Right? Oh, we need to go through and update this table too. It's fine. Error codes.rst. Oh, I don't have an RST highlighter. Let's add an RST highlighter. Let's see, RST text-mate grammar. That's of course going to be useful to search for. Syntax highlighting is broken. Never mind. Okay, cool. Let's see if there's one for VS Code. So that'll be slightly. Here we go. Cool. We're gonna add theirs. Where is their? Of course. Where's their TextMate language? Oh, is this one of the stupid generated ones? Syntaxes. Okay, I just can't see. Can't read. Can't read, can't write, you know. Babby grammars. Oops. Bin download syntax. Is this a Microsoft repository? No. Is this? Sorry, we're getting a little distracted here. It's fine. We're adding a TextMate grammar. Repo name equals this version. This head. My script will auto populate that for me. License path equals. What is their license? License.txt. MIT, cool, perfect. License.text and grammars is equal to, and hopefully we don't have to fork it and fix it. Because that's what we've had to do for the last like 3 or 4 that I've added. Let's see, syntaxes / this. We'll just update this real quick. Down the rabbit hole we go. Alright. Oh shit! Hey, what's up, Grim? Who has raided with a party of 27. If you guys don't know Grim, Grim works on this little thing called Pigeon, which is a instant messenger. I use Pigeon, not in my VM right now, but I use it to talk to IRC, which probably, you know, oh man, he's so old, he uses IRC. Whoa. But yeah, Grim's awesome. So if you guys haven't checked out his channel, I would highly suggest it. Hey, what's up, Evil Pisces? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I'm currently working on some updates to Flake8, which is a linter for Python, which Grim was fighting with earlier. But yeah, we're working on making it work for the latest version of Pyflakes. But I got distracted while working on that because I was opening my editor to an RST file, and this is unhighlighted, so we're adding RST syntax support to my text editor. So let me see if this worked before we add this. Let's see, source, Flake8. No, that's not what it is. Docs, source. Sure. Oh, that looks good, kind of. This should highlight, maybe. But that looks fine. Cool. It would be nice. It should highlight this, but it isn't for some reason. But whatever, it's better than nothing. Let's just grab some of this. We'll write a little test file. Actually, this one's a little nicer. Copy. Oh, it underlines. That's nifty. Test data slash source. What did it make? Test data slash text restructured text .rst. Oh, I'd use nano, but Babby will do that. Cool. So if we, how do I run the tests? I don't even remember how to use this thing. There we go. Test grammars. That should have produced. Oh no, it didn't produce an error. Right. Cool. Git add bin setup licenses share test data. Add RST support. Grim says, don't know that I'd say fighting. Yeah. Grim says, I was happy to see that I can pip install Babby too. Yes, it is now on PyPI. Hey, what's up? The Frosted Crab and Evil Pisces and Josh Brown 40. Welcome to the stream. Jim Knight says maybe F5 question mark is already taken. Did you Splunk this history better than I could? What am I looking at here? What? What is this? F501 line too long. That's E501. This is a mistake. Hey, what's up, Columbus? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, E501 is line too long, so that's just a typo. Unless I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure pycode style. I'm pretty sure pycode style doesn't use F as a code. That's not the right file. Oh, I clicked on the same file again. Dang it. I got the right file one of these times. Oh, they didn't even list them in here. Maybe it's in Flake8's. Nope, that's not where the list is. I'm pretty sure pycode style is only E and W. Search for capital F here. Oh, that's not going to be helpful. Is there no match case in Chrome? What is this garbage? Yeah, but we could just go through all the numbers. That's one way to do this. Sorry about the dinging. I know it's annoying. Okay, yeah, Flake8 or pycode style does not use F codes. Perfect. Evil Pisces says, can I show you the chat? My Debian desktop environment just finished it today. Oh yeah, you can post links in chat. Links are completely awesome. I find that like with programming, links make a lot of sense, and like no one's really abused it yet. Well, a couple people have, but we deal with abusers as they show up. Okay, so let's bump the version of the grammars. We'll go 11. And we'll upload this so that I can get that improved support. Mute for a sec. I should really build the like macro keyboard that I've been wanting to build so that I could just like have a, you know, software mute button instead of a hardware one. But haven't quite gotten to that yet. But alright, so that should upgrade the grammars. We have been pip install Babby grammars. Upgrade. Cool. So now if we reopen this file, hey, it's a little bit more highlighted than before. Mr. Metabyte says, what is your keyboard? Aha, one step ahead of you. There's a Bang Keyboard and Bang Keyboard 2, which show you my two keyboards. This is keyboard 2. for those of you that don't want to click on the link, but this is my macro keyboard for work. It has a dumb story behind it that has to deal with me not knowing how to use not knowing how to configure X properly. So at work I have two monitors hooked up to my grumpy MacBook Pro. That's 2015 MacBook Pro. I intentionally asked for an older laptop, which I dual boot Linux on it, and you know, year of Linux on the desktop, etc. When you connect two displays to it, for whatever reason, all three of the screens go black. And I'm not the only person that this happens to. I googled it and found other people that were like, yeah, I have this problem too. And then like somebody was like, yeah, I fixed this problem, and then didn't show how they fixed it. So like, when you do what? When I have two screens plugged in and the lid is open on the laptop. If I close the lid, it's completely fine. But because I have to close the lid to use the two screens, then the play pause button, which is like the only thing that I actually used on the laptop keyboard, is inside the closed lid, and so that's what this key does on this two key keyboard. This plays and pauses my music. That's all it does. That's the entire reason that I put this kit together. Super first world problems, but it's pretty great. Let's see. Got a link from Evil Pisces. Oh, this looks nice. Fancy with the nice like see-through terminals. Wait, this is Debian with console? Okay, looks cool. Nice. Mine's just like, you know, boring default Ubuntu setup, but I made the font size bigger. But yeah, this looks really nice. But thanks for sharing. Athol says, wait, is this an OSU keyboard? I don't know what that means. What does it mean? What is OSU? Oh, these look nice. This is not the same keyboard. The one that I have is two-key keyboard. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. The XD002 hot swappable 2-key aluminum micro pad. And yes, it says the kit is $19, but I ended up spending like $60 to put that stupid thing together because I also had to buy caps and I had to buy keys and nice little clicky things. But yeah. Grim says, curious what Rander and Xander shows that, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't tried to spend time debugging it. I can't debug it at home because I don't have enough screens to plug into it. I mean, I have enough screens. I don't have enough screens that plug into the ports that it has. It's a brainfuck developer keyboard, yeah. Yeah, KDE, yeah. I haven't seen too many people run KDE with Debian, which is why I commented on it. I guess I said that in my head. I should have said that out loud so that you guys had the same... were able to connect the dots like I did. Grumpy MacBook, yeah. It's a rhythm game in which you alternate with 2 buttons. There was a joke. Oh. Oh, that's funny. Metabyte says, I use an Pro 2 at the moment, but I have a Keychron K2 and a Kibio E-frequency semi-built. Nice. Airgraph says, do you like working from home? I'm relatively productive working from home, so it's like not all that different for me. Although if I'm having like a particularly unproductive day, I have places in the house that I move to, because like those are like, okay, if I sit here, I have to do work, Anthony. Like this is your workplace. But it's reasonably not. I mean, I'm reasonably productive sitting at this desk, so like not that big a deal. But yeah, working from home is fine. You know, not seeing humans for it's been 31 days now, 32 days. How many days are in March? 31. It has been 32 days since I've, you know, seen a human outside of a screen. So that's a fun one. I guess I did leave the house today. This is like the second time I've left the house. I got some like very basic groceries because I basically wanted milk. So I went and got milk. And I also got bananas. But yeah. Not leaving the house is I'm trying to stay sane as best as I can, but it's tough. For sure. Athel says, here's a keyboard for you for programming in an APL. Oh, because APL has all those weird symbols, right? That's wild. I like it though. Notice the handy binary rocker on the right hand side. Yeah, there's also one on the left hand side too, which is pretty cool. Juan Carlos Paco says, what's a human? True. What are human? Maybe those right, and the world does end at 2020. Yo, the Mayans just had an off by 8 error. So what can you say? Like, so it's rough for them. Oh, I see. There's separate tables here. Okay, so we need to add. God, I hate fucking RST. Tables and RST are just like a royal pain in the butt. Okay, 634. Hey, what's up, Citadel Grad? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. What is... I guess we gotta trigger one of these errors, right? Oops, we got some trailing white space there. What does this show? If tuple literal is always true, what do we get for... Assertion is always true. Perhaps remove... Yeah. Yeah. 634, alright. If test is a tuple, which are always true. God, I hate RST. Markdown's not much better either. Let's see. Off by 8 because their indices start at -7. Yeah, it's true. Julian says, clearly Babby needs a Vim RST tables port. Yeah, I need some like nice macro thing that, you know, makes it easier for me to write tables. Stillmaintained.com 404ing. That's, you know, that's always good. Oh. That's pretty nice. That's cool. Yeah, I'll probably like... I plan to like make like a plugin and macro interface to Babby, but I haven't really put too much thought into that yet. One of the other things that I always like complain about is reflowing functions, and like, it'd be nice if Babby could do that for me too. You're Grim says, do you have a recommendation for an RST to HTML renderer? No, unfortunately I don't. I try and avoid RST as much as possible. Like, the only reason this project has RST is because I didn't write it. I usually prefer Markdown, and like Markdown is a little bit nicer. Keyboard was when you had to write things like this. Oh yeah, because APL has all those wacky symbols. That's quick start, by the way. Wild. Julian says RST to HTML5.py if you have one file. Oh, nice. Forgot to mention in Python. Yeah, I assumed in Python. Because like Sphinx is kind of how you do like large, you know, projects of RST. But for one-off convert this to HTML, I don't know of anything. But Julian seems to have a suggestion, and Julian's great at Python, so he's probably the better person to ask on this one. Oh yeah, Michaela, yeah, that is what Sphinx is. But Sphinx is usually for like larger projects, I guess. These are grammatically incorrect. But whatever, we'll leave it. Is a tuple. A tuple is always true, not a tuple are always true. I'll fix it. Otherwise someone else will fix it. I don't have to deal with that. Anyway. In that case, if you're trying to check if stuff renders on PyPI, you can use twine check now. Yeah, twine check will check your README. It uses this project called, I think it's called README Renderer, which does what it says on the tin. Oh, they have 25 major versions of this thing. Wild. Anyway, that's what that is. Python Pie says, I like Sphinx plenty. There are also extensions that use Markdown with Sphinx. Yes. I have used one of those before. And tuple are have the true. Columbus says, what the fuck, why are you asserting a tuple stop? Yeah, that's what this is about. Sometimes you accidentally do it, which is what these are both checking for. It's pretty easy to make a mistake, and so that's why we added this. Why is it even 25.0? Just make it an integer. I don't know, maybe they make minor revisions from time to time. Aethal says, what do you think about type annotations in Python, and should it be something that more people should use? I love type annotations. All of my new code is going to be type annotated, and I've gone back and like type annotated a lot of my existing code. I think it's a super valuable tool to have some static guarantees about whether your code will likely function at runtime, where there previously you basically only had tests to kind of, do those sorts of checks for you. But like having some like confidence in the soundness of your code is always good for me. I really like that. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Code is supposed to function? Theory. Oh, fuck. Supposed to be is tuple, not if tuple. Okay, let me close some of these tabs. Okay, these are the two files that we want to switch between, because those are the ones I have to edit. Okay. Should be not is tuple, but if tuple. So that should fix that. Okay, and now we're just down to the string formatting ones, and I'm gonna steal F5 for string annotations. And we'll go from the oldest supported to the newest, I guess. Well, this would be the oldest, so % format. E space plus plus space plus single quote not a single quote plus, and then a single quote. And we want to capture this. I'm doing regexes live. I'll replace that with 4 spaces, and then this, and then a quote, and then a colon, and then F5, and then we'll fill in the numbers, and hopefully I didn't screw that up. Nice. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might reorder these after I do this. Okay. Set format, expected mapping, expected sequence, extra name arguments, invalid format, missing argument. Let's move this up here. Oh, now I'm gonna have to renumber all these. Extra named arguments and missing arguments. Additional count, star requires sequence, unsupported format character. Those seem mostly fine. What the fuck? Oh, sorry. I used this selection inside Babby, not the terminal selection. Mr. Metabyte says, do you have any recommendation for learning type annotations besides just start doing it? I mean, honestly, like, taking some code that isn't type annotated and then, like, requiring type annotations on, well, first, like, run it without any type annotations, but check untyped defs, like, to get the first pass of, like, basic problems, and then, like, start adding annotations to a few functions and then require annotations everywhere, and it'll kind of, like, you know, ease you into, gently slip you into type annotations. But yeah, I actually plan to, like, make a little a short video about, you know, getting started with type annotations, because I think that's something that I could, you know, share and explain there. Maybe we could make Anthony make a video about it. Yeah, there we go, Michaela. Michaela says, are you making Babby and Babby yet? Yes. Previous stream, like the last few streams where I worked on Babby, I did Babby and Babby, which was pretty good. Swigert says, I have a blog post that's super short, intro to type annotation. Yeah, go ahead, post links. Links are fine. Athel says, in the writes code, what do you usually do when you use type annotations to come across some weird class that they've made in a library that you're using? I just don't annotate those. Usually for third-party libraries, I will, like, I'll often just use any, or I'll import it, but, like, they don't have type annotations, so MyPy will kind of decompose it to any. Yeah, I don't necessarily have a good solution to those. And there's, like, you know, like, I'm not doing full type checking. I'm, again, like, doing gradual type checking, and, like, not everything has types for everything, and so, like, some things decay to any. Decay, that was the word I was looking for. Decay to any. But, you know, it's best effort, and, like, sometimes it doesn't always fix stuff, but... oh yeah, now I'll post the link to that. Cool. Feels weird to me, though, yeah. Any is probably the more honest annotation there, and then, like, you can work on reducing the number of any's in your codebase. Mr. Metabyte says, man, the more I try and get involved with the Python community, the more of a small world feel I get. Yeah, I mean, there's like, I don't know, I'd say like 50 to 100 people, like, do or work on, like, probably the 90% of packages that get installed, and, like, once you get to know those people, like, it's a pretty small world. But I know the community is huge. It's the other side to that. It's like, unfortunately, it's a small number of maintainers for a lot of projects, but, like, there's a lot of people in the community. Michaela says there's a bunch of bed links in the blog. Oops. It's one of those cases like object. Yeah. Yep. You actually can use object if you want an opaque type and, like, don't ever want to look at its attributes in MyPy, and MyPy will understand that and enforce that. But yeah, any is probably the better one. Mr. Bedouite says, oh, you saw Al in real life at Tennessee. Nice. Awesome. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's make another one of these tables and add codes for these. F501. Not to be confused with E501. Percent format invalid format. Let me figure out. I wrote the patch for this, but I already don't remember what it was because it was so long ago. Pyflakes. What is invalid format thrown for? Pyflakes checker. Value error. String dot format. Oh, that's the string dot format. Percent format. Parse percent format. Hey, what's up? Says Mendy. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Value error. When does value error get raised here? Oh. It's just like two generic ones. Invalid percent format literal. Not a great description here, but I'll hopefully have some better ones. Okay, so that one, F502. Percent format expected mapping. Named percent format. Actually, we should just look at the error. Like, what does the error message say here? Okay, so the first one is some invalid format, so I believe just percent will do that. Invalid percent formula. Okay, cool. Seems fine. And then 502 is expected mapping. So if you do foo s and then give it a tuple. Named percent format. Expected mapping. Got sequence. Oh, and someone asked earlier if the new if this one supports lists. I just remembered that. And it does not, but lists are much less likely to show up in this case. The code that it's trying to protect against here is if you write some code like if, you know, like x equals 1 and x equals 2, or like x equals foo and then like a function call, something like this. Oh, yeah, see, I even made the mistake here. Because like trailing commas are good. I put the trailing comma in the wrong spot. This comma sneakily makes this expression here into a one-element tuple. And so this is the correct code for this. Actually, it'd probably be like y and not x, but whatever. But yeah, it's protecting against like an accidental trailing comma turning this thing into a tuple literal. And like you would never write, you know, if list something. That would just be silly. So it's not really, that's not a common case that it's trying to guard against. Let's see. Where are the cat pictures, right? One Carlos Paco said, it's weird that I write a lot less types on strong static type language like Nimlang than on a not type language like Python. Not joking, but Python does take more annotations than Python. Yes, that's true. Hey, Hippovices says hello, or says hey there. I say hello. Hippovices says, what's happening on pytest? Just saw some vague references on Twitter and I don't understand anything. So I actually went over this earlier in the video. So when this VOD goes, or when I'm done streaming, you'll be able to access this video on Twitch, and I'll upload it to YouTube. I'm not going to go over it again, but I went into detail earlier in that video. So look out for the full vid later. But the TLDR is like, 3 of the core devs are leaving the project over one individual's behavior. And yeah, I go into details about like code of conducts and stuff like that in my blurb earlier. So check that out when it goes live. How many core devs are there? Well, there were 4 or 5. I think there was 5, and now there are 2, because 3 of them have left. So yeah. So Percent format, yeah, we'll just get rid of this. Percent format expected. Oh, that was weird. Expected sequence, but got mapping. And I'll fix the space on the end of those because I might adjust them later. Oh, we forgot to change the number here. Okay. Percent format extra named arguments. I think that's this here. As unused name arguments. Percent format unused named arguments. Okay, then 505, which is missing arguments. I think that's if we do %s format empty tuple. No, that's F507, positional count mismatch. Is it this one? Yeah, F505. Or wait. Oh, yeah, forgot to change this. Percent format has missing named arguments. Missing placeholders. Oh wait, what? Yeah, that's fine. Missing arguments for a placeholder. Cool. And then we have 506, which is mixed positional and named arguments, which is super rare to have, but well, it's super rare that you would accidentally make this bug. Mixed positional and named arguments, cool. Why even allow formatting with %? Yeah, it was the original one, right? Just wanting a refactor, yeah. Hippovices says, I see, so sorry about what happened, we'll watch the recording. Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate, but I go into details and hopefully you'll be able to understand more as well. Aaron Raff says, what project am I working on? Yeah, right now it just looks like a bunch of documentation, but I'm adding Pyflakes support to the latest Flake8. This is the most tedious part of upgrading Pyflakes, usually, and hopefully there aren't any other bugs. We'll see once this is done. How about percent format for logger? I believe there's a plugin for Flake8 that does that, but it's not part of Pyflakes itself. Percent format positional count mismatch. Okay, how do we trigger that one? I think it's like this. It's 2 placeholders, but 1 substitution. Yeah. Percent format, mismatch of placeholder and argument count. Type of the word argument. Cool. Format star requires sequence. I don't know what that one's about. Let me look at the test that I wrote forever a while ago. Pyflakes. Not positional. Oh. So if you have like %s and then map a mapping type. Yeah, there we go. We triggered it. I don't know how anyone would ever accidentally do this, but there we go. There we go. 508. Percent format with dar specifier requires a sequence. And then F509 with unsupported format character. Okay, we did all those. Now we need to space these out. Oh, it's the drop song. Hell yeah. That song's so good. Yes. And yes, I'm manually spacing these out. Fucking pleb. Okay, so that's the first step of those. Now we need to do the dot format ones, which are these ones. Should I leave space, assuming there will be more percent format lints? Like, should these be F520 instead of... That's what this did. Maybe we'll do that here as well. Yeah. Replace that with this. It's great when you can reuse previous regexes like that. 3, 4. Copy these. Oh, I didn't mean to close that. Cool. Fortunately, we can use this new feature that Sarcastic Dante added. If I can remember the name of this file. There's no tab complete, so that part kind of sucks. Plugins, pyflakes.py. Cool. So we can open buffers. Nano can't do that. Take that, Nano. Hey, what's up, TWV Hot? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. F20. Dot format as unused named arguments. This is unused positional arguments. Then groups. These two. F22 dot format invalid formats. I should probably reorder these. This one first. Invalid format string. Oh, my music paused. Yes, YouTube, we're still listening. Game Night says, time zone difference makes it hard to watch your live stream. GM2+2 here. Bye for now. Keep up the good work. So my stream tomorrow should be a better time for you. I stream early in the mornings on Saturdays to better account for the European audience. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully I'll see you around in the future. Yeah, here we go. Not that. String dot format missing argument. 23 missing argument. I think that's both named and positional. I think I lumped them into the same thing. They probably should have been two separate error codes, but whatever. Mixing automatic and manual numbering, which is not allowed on that. Okay, cool. So that covers those codes. There should be just this F string. Give that another code. F string missing placeholders, which will be F 540. Update this F540. A string without any placeholders. That's if you do an S string, but it doesn't actually do any formatting, which is a common mistake. What do you mean? I forgot a comma there. That's why trailing commas are good. Sweet. I think that makes things pass now. Dog food, god food, right? Linting, I don't know, that's probably enough. Is it called lint? Flake8, that's what it's called. Let's see, Aaron says, is the reason for the codes so you could import Flake8 as a module and grab these error codes? Yes and no. I think the main reason for the codes is so that you can Google them and like get to the docs, and they're short and not like super verbose. Also so that you can ignore them with like no QA. So like if we took our example file here, which has an unused import, and we run Flake8 on that, I hate Flake8 colors. So stupid. You'll get an error here, but you can do this to ignore all errors, which is fine. I don't like to do that. I like to use the explicit error codes to only ignore that code. What's an example that I can show you where it ignores a specific code? This will have two codes, right? Yeah. Don't assign a lambda. Let's say we don't care about E731. Oops. No QA. Dang it. Must have pressed caps lock. No QA. There we go. I toggled it twice at least. Yeah, so you can explicitly say, I want to ignore E731, but I want to keep those other ones. So it's useful for like enabling and disabling different stuff. It could be like, so Pylint has this concept of like semantic error codes. So like Pyflakes, this would be like no QA, do not assign lambda or something. Well, it would be, you know, Pylint ignore equals. I actually like better, but it's kind of too late to fix it in Flake8, unfortunately. But that's one place where the error codes get used. Okay. Support Pyflakes 2.2.0, 2.2.x. Cool. Aaron says, okay, thanks. I'm pretty new to Flake8. Awesome. It's fine. It's always good to ask questions. Man, I'm losing my voice. This might be a shorter stream if I lose my voice. I'm actually going to go grab some water. Hopefully that will make it so I don't lose my voice. So I will be right back, and I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright, I'm back. I got more water. Things are good. Let's see, now it says that blissful moment when you find out a Python tool is in your distribution package manager instead of having to use pip. So sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes your distributions package manager does some weird shit. Let me show you some fun stuff that's going to be a royal pain in the butt in the next release of Debian and Ubuntu. Assuming they don't fix it or change it by the time that happens. With a particular package thing in before Debian, yeah. You're not wrong, Julian. Where it's 5 years out of date, yeah. We'll show some, oh, I should have done -Y so I don't have to click a thing in a second. I have to click a thing and that's what happens. That's what happens. So we'll just wait while this happens. Man, I love when my demo is interrupted by waiting for things to download. Well, a bunch of you just joined the Discord. Awesome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. God. Kind of stealing my thunder here when this takes forever to download. Anyway, we'll finish this up while that's doing stuff. Push this to origin, and then we'll set up our pull request. Ooh, that was a good crack. Page not found. What do you mean? I'm probably not logged in. That's probably what it's complaining about. Yes, I am not logged in. This is my favorite part about GitLab. Are you guys ready for this? This is the dumbest shit ever. I use GitHub to log into GitLab. Hey, what's up, Tony Me Man? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. So dumb. Pythonic Pie says I also use GitHub to log into GitLab. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see. Fuck, this is the wrong project. Why can't things work how I want them to work? Am I making a pull request to my own project? That would be dumb. Oh, I didn't mean to close this. Whoops. I guess I clicked the wrong button. That'll be the 3.8 milestone. And complete. And wow, I wish these were like, I wish I could change the defaults in these because I always click the same buttons every single time. Approval rules, that's new. Oh, I should have looked at my changes first. Make sure I didn't do anything dumb. Okay, RST tables. Grammar fix. 2.2 to 2.3 versus 2.1 to 2.2. Cool. Hey, what's up? How do I say that? Islam? Is what I'm guessing. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, hopefully this, I assume this will pass the CI since I did all the right things. Okay, cool. Anyway, this finished. So we have virtualenv, which is virtualenv 20.0.13, and this is the thing that's going to break so much shit. If you make a virtualenv with this, we're just gonna make it called venv. Oh wait, this is the old, that took a long time. Why did that take so long? Anyway, it still did the dumb thing, despite taking a long time. Look at all the shit that this installed. Let me compare against what the PyPI virtualenv does. we have bin pip freeze -l. Nothing. So Debian makes virtualenv install all of these separate packages in your virtualenv. And you want to see the best fucking part about this? Let's activate this virtualenv. And you're like, I'm a Python 3 package. I don't need 6 installed. So you run pip uninstall 6. And it's like, cool, you uninstalled 6. Awesome. And then you're like, you know what? I want to install that pre-commit package. It's pretty cool. So you run pip install pre-commit. Kaboom! So uninstalling any of those packages will completely fuck your virtualenv. Also, if you change the versions of some of these packages, it will also break your virtualenv in subtle ways. So we're gonna have all sorts of Debian problems in several weeks. And the reason that they've done this is, well, I don't know why they've done this for virtualenv. I know why they've done this in general, and like even with the packaging in 1804, they did a similar thing, where you have this this Python pip wheel package, which, if we look at the contents of it, includes. Oh, actually, that's wild. I didn't know they did this in 1804. The virtualenv in 1804 doesn't install these wheels, it just installs the pip wheel. What the fuck changed? Yeah, anyway, it looks like they did this devendoring here anyway. But the whole reason they do this is devendoring. Do I have this installed? Probably not. Hey, what's up? Kuro? Sorry, I butchered that, but thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I actually don't install pip at my system, but I will show you what Debian does for this. Because it's wild, and it's exactly the same thing that's happening here. I didn't need to do that. So the Python 3 pip package depends on... Oh, they changed it. What? Let's work. I am forgetting how things work. Python 3.6 dist pack, no? It's in Python 3 dist packages? Yeah, there we go. Pip vendor. How does this work? Oh, okay, yeah, this is the same thing. So that the Python pip wheel thing is their Debian hack to import from there. And now they've extended that hack to Pythons created using virtualenv. For whatever reason. This idea was taken from Kenneth's. Oh boy. Wacky. But anyway, yeah, they devendor stuff, and like that makes sense. Like package managers should devendor stuff, and they should devendor stuff that they install at their system. Like I totally agree with that argument. Like that makes complete sense. What makes no fucking sense is why they're extending that dogma into virtual environments, which have nothing to do with the system packages. Like your argument for devendoring is that you can upgrade stuff using your system package manager, and then everything will get the security fixes all at once because like you're using the system packages. But a virtualenv is explicitly, I don't want to use the system packages. And updating the system packages doesn't help you at all with this, at all. Because these are all installed in the virtualenv itself, I assume. Yeah, they're all installed in the virtualenv itself. But let me show you the other thing that's fucked. So this is not just the first thing that's fucked. This is just... So this is not all that's fucked. There's something else that's worse. And this is actually why I noticed this at all in the first place. If we make a virtualenv, like before, and then we do pip install virtualenv. So we're installing virtualenv and virtualenv, which sounds weird, but you know, pip install precommit will also bring in virtualenv with it, because precommit uses virtualenv to create virtual environments. But if we install virtualenv inside this virtualenv, and then we try and make a new virtualenv, so virtualenv venv2, and then we activate that new virtualenv. Fortunately, if we look here, we won't be able to, because we'll see the next problem. Oh, hey, what's up, Zorchenheimer, who has just raided me with a party of 40. Whoa, that's a lot of people. Welcome to the stream. We're just grumbling about Debian right now. Usually I work on Python stuff. This is my text editor over here that I wrote. What else? What else should I intro? I don't know, I'm just grumbling about stuff right now, basically. But welcome. It's good to have you. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Archiboots and Swinder? Swinder? That's what I'm going with. Swinder, welcome. What were you working on, Zorchenheimer? It's okay, I ran it for a half an hour about Stadia and lag. That's awesome. But yeah, here's the great thing that we get if you make a virtualenv in a virtualenv, in the latest version of virtualenv that Debian has destroyed. You get the same import error about 6, which is gonna cause so much pain. And the only reason that I noticed this is if we go to precommit and go to the issues, someone opened an issue about this, and I was like, oh no, oh no, no, no. This one. Yeah, so somebody ran into this in the wild using Debian Bullseye, which is the testing distribution. And, you know, everything works great until you get to here and you get this pip.vendor.6 problem. So I at least opened a bug on Debian, so hopefully they'll fix this. Way down at the bottom. Oh no, someone has already hit this in a different place. Where did I do this? Here we go. Yeah, so I made a bug on Debian, so in theory they'll fix this, hopefully. But I also supplied a patch that fixes this problem. If they just choose a different cache directory, then the two versions of virtualenv will stay apart from each other. Zorchenheimer says, I was working on getting some parallax scrolling working on the NES. What? What? That's wild. That's so cool. On the NES. Parallax scrolling on the NES. Next we're gonna have like web browsers and shit on there too. But yeah, let me show you my fix for this problem. User lib Python 3 disk packages virtualenv seed via app data. I gotta install a crappy text editor to make this work. And if only Babby was packaged, then we could use a good text editor. God, it just looks so ugly. But yeah, if I make this patch here, so they seed to a special Debian directory instead of the normal place, then if we do... Oh man, I just instinctively run get status, get status, get status, ls get status. It's most of my commands. But yeah, now if we do the same thing as before, we make this virtualenv. It doesn't fix the weird uninstall command, but it does fix this virtualenv and virtualenv problem. So now this works. Pip freeze-l. All right. We gotta delete the caches. Damn it! So we'll replicate this again. Sorry. Damn, it's so slow too. It's supposed to be like instant. Install virtualenv. Oh fuck. Ran the wrong command. Dang it. Hey, what's up, Q-Wade? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I'm tired. My sleep schedule's all sorts of messed up. virtualenv. Okay, VM inactivate. Pip install virtualenv. We're not gonna get cute here. We're just gonna type out the full commands this time. virtualenv2. And then we should be able to do pip freeze. And I can spell it properly. Okay, cool. That works. But yeah, that's using my patch. Turns out I can barely math. Yo, math's hard. Let me show you some cases where I'm struggling with the maths right now. So I'm working on my own text editor. That's what this is. It's called Babby. And one of the things that's broken with Babby right now. This is the current released version of Babby. I've aliased it to Nano because I usually use Nano. I know it's super confusing. But if I... Oh no, I can just use Nano here, right? Yeah. If I Nano this file, wide characters are 2 cells wide in a terminal. So you can see like this is 2 characters, but this one character is actually 2 characters. And so like the scrolling and stuff is all sorts of messed up here. And like the rendering is all broken. But yeah, so I've been working on fixing this. Unfortunately, it's a lot of math. This is my improved version, which is still broken. You'll see that now if the cursor moves properly here, and when we get to the end here, that's actually a bug. It should have scrolled already. But it does allow us to go... It does, like, render at least properly now. The cursor position is a little bit broken, but that part renders properly. For wide characters. But... well, that one did something wrong, because this wiggled down here. There's no character there. Anyway. But this one's messed up because of tabs. But anyway, I need to fix all of that. And it's a whole bunch of, like, little fiddly math that I haven't figured out yet, but... And it's hurting my brain just thinking about it. Holy shit. Zorgenheimer says I do that with :W a lot. Yeah, that makes sense. Babby actually supports :W. Despite being a Nano clone, which definitely doesn't have :W, but you know, I wanted it so you could quit it in several ways. So you can quit it like Nano, you can quit it like Vim, and technically you can kind of quit it like Emacs, but Emacs is Control-X-C. But typing Control-X triggers the Nano quit, so it already quit by that point. Oh, man, I'm still losing my voice, so we might actually cut the stream short, which is going to be sad because I've only streamed for like 2 hours and this is a lot of fun, but I'm going to lose my voice, then that doesn't bode well for my stream tomorrow where I plan to stream some more. But yeah, Debian sadness. No, I don't have Corona. I'm pretty sure I already had Corona and already recovered from it, so... Well, man, I'm hoping that was the case because, like, I really don't want to get sick again. Because yeah, I was sick with all the symptoms 4-ish weeks ago. Right after I took 4 flights, went to a concert, and ran a marathon with 27,000 people, and like came in contact with thousands of individuals, and then had dry cough, fever. Difficulty breathing, etc. Like all those symptoms, and it was not fun. I was sick for like week and a half, but I'm better now, which is good. Have you gotten tested yet? So I tried to get tested, but this was at the point where like it was kind of ramping up and like there wasn't widely available tests. Like I called and I was like, hey, can I get tested? I have a feeling that I have coronavirus and like have all the symptoms and stuff, and they're like, well, unless you've come in contact with a known person or you've traveled to Italy or China, we're not issuing tests at this time. And I was like, great, cool. So, now I don't know whether to freak out whether I'm dying or not, so I'm just gonna deal. But yeah, that was a fun ordeal. But yeah, in theory, got it while running a marathon in LA. I don't live in LA, so it was me traveling to LA to run the marathon, but yeah, that was a whole thing. But I'm better now, so that's good. The test takes so long. Yeah, I've heard that happens as well. Searchenheimer has a nice sweat drip emote. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Panis Check? You got the symptoms? I had the symptoms, and now they've gone away. Oh. God damn, I'm so embarrassed with how this country is handling this thing. Yeah, it's awful. Like, You look at the statistics, like South Korea and the US had their first case on the same day, and granted there's more people in the US, so like there's significantly more potential for people to contract the disease, but if you look at the like relative curves and the strategy for testing and like the isolation dates and like all that other stuff and like that all like the difference in response between the two countries is striking. Also, it doesn't help that like much of the political landscape was saying, oh, it's mild flu and only really sick people get this, and like, oh, it's not gonna kill you, and like lure people into a false sense of security. And then look where we're fucking at now with like 300,000 cases. This would only say 30,000. There's 160,000 and okay, 500,000 now. Holy shit. Crazy. But yeah, the fact that there's like 7,000 deaths in New York alone is wild. But like, and you think Debian caused it? Possible. Yeah, that'll be the new instead of 5G, the 5G conspiracy. It'll be that Debian caused COVID-19. It does look like a Jira ticket, but oh, that's funny. My unread. Oh, yeah, I'll look at that later. But yeah. Oh no, Pipex is gonna have the same problem. Oh my goodness. Debian tried to take unvendoring to the next level. Yeah. It's crazy. A pip in every virtualenv, just like the good old days. Oh boy. Yeah, it's a mess, but hopefully that gets fixed. Spec says if any distro is gonna cause a plague, it's Mint. You mean we don't already have an arch plague? I could, of course. I kid, of course. Don't attack me with your. Don't send the arch fanboys after me. Nah, mate, we all know it's the current year number that's causing it, as 2020 eradicates oxygen particles in your lungs. By the way, I don't use Arch. That's true. I don't use Arch either. I'm an Ubuntu noob. Don't go there, Panda's track. We don't need to go there. We don't need that in this chat. But anyway, let's see. This pass? Yeah. I'll leave it open for a day, because sometimes the other maintainer likes to review these, but if it doesn't get looked at in a day, then I will merge it. What is this to-do list thing? We can close this for now. Oh, they did close it. Okay, cool. Perfect. Thank you, Ian. Ian's the other maintainer of Flake8, although he mostly stopped working on open source entirely, so I've taken over the project and have mostly been maintaining it by myself for a while. Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm probably gonna make this a shorter stream today, and because I don't want to lose my voice, and I'm gonna have a longer stream tomorrow where, even if I lose my voice, it's fine, because that's my normal large stream. But let's see. Let me find someone to raid, and well, let me do my spiel first. Then we'll find someone to raid, and then send you guys off there. Yeah, if you like the content and want to check out more of it, I upload all of my previous streams to YouTube, and that's youtube.com/AnthonyWritesCodes. That's the same as my Twitch handle. Recently, I've also been taking, so you know how I answer questions in chat? I've been taking those and then re-recording like one-take versions of them and then uploading them as separate videos. I think these are really good. I'm really proud of these videos, and people seem to enjoy them. So This is me like explaining various things, and if you guys want to see particular stuff that you want me to explain, like those videos will have that. I usually stream on Saturdays at 11 a.m. Pacific, and I don't even remember at this point. Yeah, 11 a.m. Pacific, and I announce my streams in 2 places. Today's stream is kind of an unplanned stream. But yeah, one of those is on Twitter, and that's twitter.com/codewithanthony. I'll usually be like, 60 minutes before, I'll post that this is what I'm going to work on, that sort of deal. I also announced it on my Discord, but I forgot today because I'm super scatterbrained over the whole pytest shenanigans stuff, but like, yeah. Anyway, I announced it in those 2 places. You can check that out, follow there, or join the Discord. We talk about programming, memes and stuff, and it's a lot of fun. Really enjoy it. The to-do list is like GitHub's notification feed, but on steroids. Oh, yeah. Eagle Pisces says, good night, man. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully I'll see you around. Python Pie says, thanks for your great work and great helpfulness for the community. Good night. Yes. Glad to be helpful. It's fun. I like teaching or whatever. But yeah, let me find someone to raid. See who we got on the programming category. Oh, we're second in the category is pretty good. Primogen is streaming. Let's see. A bunch of my friends are online. Professional mentoring. Oh, we rated that guy last time, so we won't rate him this time. If you have suggestions, you can leave them in the chat as well. Oh, I should stop the recording.